From the C programming language, so far we have learned about the character set of C, identifiers in C, keywords in C, and data types in C. And the topic for today is constants in the C programming language. So today we shall see what are constants in C programming language. We know that there are some basic data types permitted in C. Based on that, we can first see examples of constants and which are legitimate values supported by built-in data types in C. When I say legitimate value, I mean the permissible values allowed by a data type. For example, we know that when we are representing the mathematical set integers, which is an unbounded set in a computer, we can only represent a finite subset of it. Maybe if you are using only 3 bits to represent say an unsigned integer, then you can only represent 8 integers from 0 to 7, because only 2 to the power 3 binary strings are possible with 3 binary digits. So depending on the number of bits you are using to represent quantity or a number, the maximum number of numbers represented is limited. So when I say legitimate value, for example, in the case of integers, it is not the set of all mathematical integers, but only those which are permitted by a data type as a machine integer. We can see examples. Consider an integer constant 123. That means 123, which is a mathematical integer, is also permitted in the C programming language. The second data type that we discussed is character, and here is an example of a character constant which is capital A. So any permissible C character within single quote is a character constant. Floating point is the next data type we discussed. Here is an example constant 12.3. So a number with a decimal point is an example shown here. And finally, we are looking at string constant. So this is an example, just a sequence of characters in the C alphabet set. In fact, any sequence of permissible characters in the C language given within double quotes is considered as a string constant, and not that there is no string data type in C. There is no data type which permits strings as values. Then how is it represented? A string is represented as a finite sequence of characters, formally an array of characters that we shall see later. The above are constants in the sense that they cannot be changed during the execution of a program in which they appear. If you are using the constant 123 in your program, then 123 remains as 123 throughout the execution of the program. There is no doubt, and that's why they are called constants. Now we can see integer constants more formally. They are integer valued numbers within the permissible interval. So it's very important what is permissible interval. In the permissible interval, the maximum and minimum values are decided by the memory requirement. Example, Suppose your compiler takes 2 bytes, which is 16 bits, to store an integer. So only 16 bits are used. Then the maximum number of binary strings possible is 2 to the power 16. So the maximum number of integers which you can represent is 2 to the power 16, because only that many binary strings are allowed. And now you can see that if you are looking at signed integer constants, then out of the 16 bits, 1 bit, which is the most significant bit or the leftmost bit, is used to represent the sign of the number, negative or positive. That bit is 1 means it is a negative number, 0 means it is a positive number. For example, if you are using only 3 bits in the representation of an integer, then 1 bit will be used as sign bit. Only 2 bits are used to represent value. For example, if you look at 111 as the binary string, the first one indicates that it is negative, and the next 2, that is 11, is representing a number which is 3. So 111 represents -3 in the case of signed representation. And you can verify this range offline. If you are using only 16 bits, you can easily verify that the least possible value is -2 to the power 15 plus 1, which is actually 32,767 minus, and it goes all the way up to the largest positive number, which is 2 to the power 15 minus 1. The value is 32,767. You don't have to remember these values, but I hope you're getting my point that you are limited to use the number of numbers. So signed integer constants are in this value. This is the least possible value and this is the largest possible value. So always there is a minimum and maximum, and the total number of numbers represented are limited, bounded. If it is unsigned, you can see that, okay, you don't have to represent negative numbers. So it goes from 0 to 2 to the power 16 minus 1. That is the largest possible unsigned integer which can be represented. As a simple example, if you consider only 8 bits in the representation, then it goes from 0 to 255, because these are the first 2 to the power 8 number of positive integers including 0. I hope you're getting me. So the maximum value and the minimum value in the interval is decided by the memory requirement. And in C programming language, integer constants are represented in 3 different number systems. There are 3 different types of integer constants. They are decimal, octal, and hexadecimal. We can try to understand using examples. These are 2 decimal integer constants, 123 and 999. Formally, a decimal non-zero integer constant is a sequence of digits, decimal digits from 0 to 9, such that the first digit is not 0. Note that in the C programming language, if you want to use a decimal integer constant, the first digit cannot be 0. Why is it? That will be clear when we discuss the next type of integer constant, which is octal integer constant. Example 07, 012, 036. You can see that here the octal constant starts with a 0, and that is why it is not allowed here. Formally, an octal integer constant is a sequence of digits, octal digits only from 0 to 7, such that the first digit is a 0. Now the third kind of integer constant, hexadecimal. 0x19, 0x1a, 0x2b. I hope you remember hexadecimal values. Formally, you can see that a hexadecimal integer constant is a sequence of alphabets end is at 0 to 9 and A to F. These are the hexadecimal alphabets, such that it begins with a 0x. So the take home from this slide is that an integer constant is always in a bounded interval. The least value and maximum value is decided by the memory requirement to store an integer constant. And there are three types of integer constants: decimal integer, octal integer, and hexadecimal. How you differentiate? Octal starts with a 0 and hexadecimal starts with 0x. And you know the digits in each case. Now let us proceed, and if you recall from the previous lecture, we saw that if you want to represent large quantities, then we may have to go for long integers or unsigned integers. Unsigned means you can make use of all the n bits. You don't have to reserve one bit for sign. So the number of indices can be represented is doubled when compared to the signed representation. And long means if 2 bytes are required to store integer, then long integer takes 4 bytes. Now we are going to look at long and unsigned constants. Example, these are integer constants which are unsigned. So an integer constant ending with u represents an unsigned integer constant. Not that this is a value, which is a constant which is unsigned. A decimal unsigned integer constant, an octal unsigned integer constant, and a hexadecimal unsigned integer constant. Formally, an unsigned integer constant is a constant which is decimal, octal, or hexadecimal followed by u. So it is easy to see the definition. Now next is long. Long means it takes more memory and hence large numbers can be represented. Examples are here. This is a decimal long integer constant, octal long integer constant, hexadecimal long integer constant. Formally, a long constant is an integer constant which is decimal, octal, or hexadecimal, which is followed by capital L. Not that each of them is a value. If it ends with L, it stands for long constant. Now finally, unsigned long you can combine. Okay, double the number of bits and also utilize all the bits. So the only difference is that you just combine. It ends with UL, unsigned long decimal integer, unsigned long octal integer constant, unsigned long hexadecimal integer constant. Formally, unsigned long integer constant is an integer constant which is decimal, octal, or hexadecimal followed by UL. I hope you are getting me. Let us proceed to the constant for the floating point type. We can start with examples. Here are examples. You can easily see that numbers with a decimal point. This is 23.43. Another example is 0.12321. So easy to see. Real numbers is having a decimal point, or it could be containing an exponent as well. For example, this means 0.2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, this means 0.123456 multiplied by 10 to the power 4. And exponent can be represented by either the capital letter E or the small letter e. They are interchangeable or not case sensitive. And exponent can be positive or negative. These are very basic things from the real numbers. So a decimal constant that contains either a decimal point or an exponent or both like this is called a floating point constant. if an exponent n or minus n, here it is 4 like n, here it is minus 3 like minus n. If it is present, then its effect is to shift the position of the decimal point here to n position to the right or left depending on whether it is n or minus n. Example, here is a floating point constant. It means multiply this quantity by 10 to the power 2. It's exactly the number 12,345.6, which is represented as this. Now you can equivalently write it as 0.123456. Now the decimal dot is shifted 3 positions to the left, so you have to add 3 to the exponent. Another example, equivalently you can say that you are now moving it 6 positions to the right, so you have to subtract 6 from here, so you are getting minus what? Hope you are getting me. Otherwise, please verify it offline. More formally, what is the floating point constant? It is of the form x with x followed by a decimal point, followed by y, followed by capital A, followed by capital B, followed by small n. Please don't get worried about this formal representation. We can see exactly what all these things are, where x and y are strings of decimal digits. For example, if you look at here, x is 0. It could be any sequence of digits, but x is 0. Whatever is the sequence of digits before decimal dot, that is x. In this case, nothing is there, so x is null string. Here it is 0. Then dot, dot, followed by y. Whatever comes before e is called y. So in this particular example, it is 0.2. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think you are getting me. Now what is a? A can be either capital E or small e. Okay. A is a placeholder. There you can have either capital E or small e. Then what is B? Capital B is plus or minus. In this case, it's minus. Here it is plus, but it is optional. When it is plus, it is optional. And n is a natural number. In this case, it is 4. In this case, it is 3. And I hope the representation you are getting. Otherwise, please verify it offline and try to understand what exactly it is. Now we are coming to the accuracy of floating point constants. Unlike integer constants, floating point constants are not exact quantities. Why? Because they are approximations. Example, if you look at the constant 1.0 in the computer memory or in the computer, it may be represented as like 0.9999, etc. So it's an approximation. And because it is an approximation, floating point constants are not suitable for applications like indexing. If you want to index into a sequence, like a sequence at index I, for that I you are not supposed to use floating point constants. Or counting, you want to count the number of people in a room, you don't use floating point. Or comparison, if you compare whether 1.0 equal to 1.0, you may be getting the result as not equal because they are approximations. Okay, so they are not very accurate. And now we are going to the next type of constant, which is character constant. You can see examples first. A letter within single quotes, or a digit within single quotes, or it could be any special character within single quotes. So formally, any symbol in the alphabet set of C enclosed within single quotes. They have integer values and are decided by the character set of the language. Character set is ASCII or ABCD, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Here it stands for Extended Binary Coded Decimal Interchange Code. You can see example. Assume that your compiler is using the ASCII encoding of character. So the ASCII encoding gives a unique decimal number for every character constant. For example, the ASCII value of capital A is 65. So every character constant is having a decimal integer representation. And that is why arithmetic operations are allowed. And in C programming language, some special character constants, namely escape sequences, are also allowed. They are nothing but a slash followed by a character within single quotes. Not that this is a single character constant, and they have special meaning. Later, when you program with this, you can understand what all these things are. No need to by heart all these things. Now we can look at some example escape sequences. First is /0. It is null character, which is also called the end of string character. The ASCII value is 0 and is used to mark the end of the string. In the next slide, when we discuss about string constant, we can see an example. Another example is /n, which is called line feed, which is used to indicate the end of a line of string. Again, we can see example in the next slide. /t means horizontal term. If you include /t within a string, then that stands for a sequence of 4 or 5 blank spaces depending on the compiler. Similarly, you can have vertical tab. Okay, you don't have to by heart any of these things. When you program with this, you can slowly try to remember why they are required. Okay, we are coming to the last part of this lecture, which is about string constants. Let us see example. Here are 3 examples. You can see that they are nothing but sequence of permissible characters in C given within double quotes. Another set of examples, again sequence of strings, but here I am using some escape sequences. You try to understand. If I print this string constant, I will get it like this: line 1, then in the next line, line 2, in the next line, line 3. You can see that /n is non-printable, so escape sequences are non-printable, but it is having another meaning. What is it? You go to the next line and print the remaining. That is /n. Similarly, here there is an escape sequence that allows you to print question mark. So /question mark means print question mark. In some compiler, you can print question mark without even using a slash. Anyway, don't worry about all these things. You will understand, you will slowly gain a capacity to remember when you program with this. Other than that, you don't have to by heart any of these things. A third example, she said it is okay. Suppose you want to print a message like this. She said, comma, within double quotes, it is okay. How will you print it? You know that the double quotes is having a predefined meaning in the C programming language, which is to start and end a string constant. But now you have to overwrite that basic definition of single quotes. You have to print it. When you want to print it, you just use the escape sequence /double quotes. Again, you just practice programming with this, you can understand. You try what if you are not giving slash. Okay, so formally, a string constant is any sequence of symbols in the alphabet set of C enclosed within double quotes. And when you work with string constants, the compiler automatically places the null character, which is /0, as the last character of any string. Example, suppose you are using a string constant red within double quotes. In fact, in the memory, it will be stored as red followed by /0. So this /0 will be automatically inserted by the compiler. Now, why is it inserted? That you can learn when we discuss about strings later. And you can see that there are 4 characters, Y4, 1, 2, 3, and this is a single character. So length of this string is 4, not 3. And the end of the string or null character will not be printed when you print it. If you print this, you will get it as red only, not /0. And another point, the character constant capital A and the string constant capital A are different. Why? Because this is just a single character. This is a sequence of 2 characters, which is capital A followed by /0. And the last point, a string constant does not have an equivalent integer value as opposed to a character constant, because from this you can try to understand. So string constants are not same as character constant, even if only single letter is in the string constant. So in this lecture, we have seen different constants permitted in the C programming language. We have seen integer constants. There are 3 different types: decimal integer constant, octal integer constant, and hexadecimal. And if you want to represent large integer values, you can go for long unsigned or unsigned long. Then we have looked at floating point constants, then character constant, and finally string constant. Thank you.